Hello and welcome to welcome to Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath, an intuitive card reader, and I may not be able to talk. I am putting up a smudge right now. I like to do this. Sweetgrass grows wild and natural on my front lawn, and so we collect it and we mix it with the sage, and it's an energy purifier and actually will purify your home as well. I've already smudged myself on my cards, but this is for you guys. This little smudge is for you guys. Okay. All right, there we go. I think that's good enough. So I'm here tonight to do a reading for the sign of Cancer for the month of August 2016. This is a general reading, of course, and if you find you like this reading and you'd like to personalize it, I do offer private readings. And let me see what else. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Next time or any time that Fundy Fortunes posts anything, you'll be notified via your email notifications. And what else? Thank you for all subscribers, returning subscribers, new subscribers, old subscribers. I'm just glad that you guys are all here. It's very late here. I'm just trying to get myself organized. This is the last sign for the sign of Cancer, and then these are all going to be rolled out. So I roll them all out at the same time on YouTube. So I need to get this done tonight. It looks very interesting too, by the way. Okay, so I've done a 5-card spread using the Oceanic Tarot deck, and each card falls in a certain placement, and the card is representative of whatever the placement may be. Card number 1 is always your overall energy. Card number 2 is your finances, your financial sector, your wealth, anything that is monetary. Your 3rd card is your love and romances, and the 4th card is your challenges for August, and the 5th card is your message from Spirit. And then at the very end, at the overall aura, I draw one significator card from my deck of tarot. Okay, so let's get right into the reading. The first card that I drew for you, Cancer, and I'm a Cancer too, by the way, is the 6 of Clubs, and it is representative of reflection. All right. You're getting not the same card, but a few cards with nudges and the same feelings. That this is summer, and summer means vacation, and people are traveling, and people are getting out and around. And sometimes people, when they travel, especially if they're coming back home, they want to meet up with old neighborhood friends, kids that they grew up with, and this kind of thing. That's going on for some of you right now, so you can expect to have some company. I per se don't at the moment, but who knows, right? Anybody could show up at any time. And people want to reconnect with you. People want to be there. The urge is there for some of you that these people returning over the summer months have an urge and almost a need to see you and spend a little bit of time with you. And sometimes, because of memories shared of childhood, you'll actually spend some time, for some of you, with these people. There could even be an old flame returning. Somebody from, let's say, teenage years, a long time ago is the nudge I'm getting for some of you. You're going to relive childhood memories. Some of these memories may serve you well in the future. I can't quite connect what that's all about, but that's what the guides are saying. The advice of the card is to enjoy reconnecting with memories of your childhood. Yes. The key words for this card are friendship, visitors, happiness, comfort, childhood, memories, protection, and play. There's a whole gamut of things going on here with this card and the overall energy of the reading. The second card, card number 2 that I pulled for you, fell in your sector of financial dealings, wealth, anything of monetary value. I pulled the High Priest, and he's representative of wisdom. It's always good to be wise when it comes to your money. Okay. Keywords: education, tradition, traditional beliefs, ceremonies, traditional ceremonies, unity, marriage for some, values, authority, dealing with authority. Somebody's going to be spending an awful lot of money on celebrations. I see a marriage for some of you. A lot of money is going to be put in there. Education will be key for some of you as well. Always listen to your intuition and your inner wisdom, especially when it comes to making money, financial plans for the future, going on maybe large spending sprees for things such as ceremonies and for weddings and whatnot. Unity is very strong at this time for you, Cancer, as well. Some of you may be led down new paths over the summer, places you've never been or even thought about going. I feel to tell some of you that. On this path or trip or journey that some of you may take, you, oh, excuse me, I just need to get that out there and get it over with. And I still don't feel complete with the yawning yet. I need a breath of fresh air here. Some of you are going to be led, and this is going to be part of your destiny, Cancer, a teacher. There's somebody you're soon to meet if you haven't just met, and they're going to be somebody that you learn a lot from. It's going to be pivotal for you as well. Excuse me, the yawning. Okay. We meet people every day, and whether we realize it or not, we learn from each other. There are always lessons to learn that are either going to enrich us or have some form or effect on us. In this case, your belief system could be slightly altered a little bit for some of you, I feel to say as well. Also, when this card shows up, the High Priest, and where he's all about wisdom, he actually stands, his entity and his spirit stands between the portal. There's a portal, and that is placed between the divine and mortal man on earth. There's a portal there, and that's where he is. He balances there on the preface of that portal, in that doorway. He stands neither more on one side than the other. He's right in the middle, and he rides out. He's a very, very, very wise person. He can be a metaphoric person, or he can be an actual person. He offers his hand and wisdom. This could be actually somebody that you could meet, that you may be meeting. It could be this teacher that brings on a different belief. Oh, I'm sorry because I wasn't yawning before I turned this camera on. I'm very sorry about that because I'm not feeling really, really tired or anything, but I've worked through the yawns. I just need fresh air, I think. And it's quite dark and it's quite late, so I wouldn't wander any further than my own deck. I live rural, and I don't know what's out there in the bushes, and I'm not talking just animals. Okay, so this could be somebody that's coming into your life, and they're going to take you under their wing, and they're going to offer you some wisdom. In Cancer, if you've ever been in a situation where you need to be quiet, sit back and be an observer and a listener, now's the time. There could be the unity of two people coming together as well. And then you could, for some of you, feel restricted by others' traditional beliefs. This could go back to the unity of two people, a marriage ceremonies. Backgrounds can, if people aren't conscious and respectful, your backgrounds and traditional beliefs could clash. And there could be maybe some subtle, I don't feel a real strong outburst or anything, but subtle headbutting going on. Because one side or the other or both are having a hard time swallowing back some traditional beliefs, because you have a union of two very uniquely different people that come from different backgrounds, maybe even different skin color. But one thing that they all have in common on both sides is tradition is very strong. And respect of tradition is very high. There will be a middle ground. You'll need to find a middle ground. One believes in keeping things as natural as possible. The other one wants to spend a lot of money. That's where the money's getting dumped. It's not getting dumped. It's getting invested and spent into this union. Some people see that as an investment, dowries and whatnot. There's something there for you to think about. Okay, so the third card that fell into your, oh dear, romance and love and everything close to your heart sector. It's the vortex. And the vortex represents temptation. There's a lot going on in this card. If people are caught in a vortex, it's because they're caught. There's the key word. This card is usually indicative, almost always, of, can I put this bluntly but nicely without offending anybody? It indicates there's an affair going on, or the possibility of one. I feel to say for some of you, don't get mad at me. Maybe you're the one having the affair. And a little something on the side. Maybe. There's also other feelings and emotions and situations attached to the vortex. If you look very closely, you can't see very well in this light. You've got a mer boy and a mer girl, or a man or woman, and they're caught in this vortex. They're in turmoil. They feel trapped, that they have no control over the situation and no control over what's happening to them. Vortexes are very mesmerizing as well, so they can almost become not really dealing with a whole lot of harsh reality here. And look outside the vortexes that they find themselves in, that they're caught in and trapped in. The water is very clear and very calm just outside of that. So freedom and sustaining some kind of sense of what is normal and not that suffocating feeling of being trapped and stuck, it's just outside. It's within their reach. They're just not seeing it yet. It's a metaphor for you too, and for maybe somebody else that's caught up in that with you. This card can represent, you could be trapped by your job as well, or by money issues, love or lust, which this card normally is representative of, that kind of an affair of lust. You may feel at this time, just as the characters that are caught in the vortex, that you have no control over others, and others may seem to have control over you. The attraction to another at this time that is based on lust, it will do you no good in the bigger picture. No good will come of this. This card can also indicate addiction to substance abuse as well. Anything you can come up with: drinking, smoking, toking, banging, pills, gambling, shopping, overeating, undereating. People get addicted to different things. Exercise even. There's always got to be the struggle to find a balance, especially when you find yourself really passionate about something. You have to watch out. You're very susceptible to an imbalance going on when you feel a passion towards something, like say exercise. You can overdo it. Okay, too much of anything is not a good thing. You really have to stop and think about balance. That's what it's all about. Another thing about feeling trapped is also the word that it's a yucky word, bondage. But bondage, for the most part, is something that's mental and emotional, and it's just an illusion. Um, it's like this young man said to me one time, we were talking about bondage and feeling trapped in addictions. Um, he had been out somewhere one night, and he'd never gotten into pills or putting needles in his arms or, snorting stuff up his nose. He was basically just a good boy that liked to have a cold few beer and once in a while smoke a joint with his friends. That's what he did. And this one night, he doesn't know what happened, but he ended up in the hospital, and he was there for like 3 months, and his whole life for the next year changed. And um, nobody really knows what happened. His drink could have been spiked or whatever. But what he said was, he said, I was not born an addict of anything other than I needed food for sustenance. I was not born an addict. Therefore, I can go back to that time before I became addicted to anything. And that kind of blew me away when he said that, because it's so true. You weren't born this way. For those of you that are caught up in addictions and whatnot, you weren't born addicted to cigarettes. You weren't born addicted to alcohol or to marijuana or to, diet pills or food or anything. You weren't born addicted to anything other than the need for survival. And you can go back to that state of mind again. It is very highly possible. Um, it's a good. What am I trying to say here? To just have that knowledge and that outlook that you can go back before. It's just going to take a little bit of effort. Well, for some, a lot of effort, but that's the thing. Um, you can break free of anything at any time, be it addictions, or be it a love affair, or in lust. You can break free of these things, and it's much easier than you can think. And once you break free, you get your sense of power back, of self, that you're the one that's in control of you and what happens around you. You're the one in control. So the key words for this are choices, contracts, control, power, affairs, restrictions, and addictions. Well, that's quite a lot for just one card. Um, you can break free no matter what it is. You can break free at any time. So if that wasn't challenging enough, this is funny. We're going into the challenge sector. Card number 4 follows into your challenges for the month, Cancer. And this card is the Wheel of Fortune, and it's all about destiny. All about destiny. Drink of my ice water. Okay. I'm dribbling here. Everything's melting. It's warm. Keywords for this card are fate, luck, the unexpected, movement, change, and that godforsaken crossroads. I don't like crossroads. And clairvoyance is another one. The advice of this card is not so much about doing as it is about receiving. Go with the flow and be grateful of the good fortune that's coming your way. I feel nudged to tell some of you this is highly important that you do this at this time. It's the way the vibrations and the energies are flowing right now. Go with the flow. Don't ruffle the waters around you. Just kind of like wade through everything without upsetting or disturbing anything. Just be conscious and aware of that, Cancer, at this time. Just because. No reason, just because. Well, there's a reason, but we don't know that. Good fortune is coming your way. Boys, I hope that's true for me too. I am a Cancer. I hope that's true. When you receive this card in a reading, it's a boost to your life overall. All the things that are highlighted and important to you in your life. You know, your money flow, your family, your love, your relationships, your relationship with yourself. It's all a boost. If this card is telling you there's a boost coming, everything is forward moving now at this time. Allow faith to lead your destiny. How does that sound? Allow faith to lead you to your destiny. It shows feelings of optimism, turning unexpected chances into really great decisions. Your intuition is heightened as well. Well, duh for me, because mine's like that whether I want it to be or not. This is a wonderful card to get, the Wheel of Fortune. And in your challenges for the month, you need to allow yourself to remain open. And because of this card here, that's going to be hard to do, because you're kind of wrapped up with what's going on right here. For some of you, thinking of having an affair. For some of you, actually having affairs. For those of you that are having affairs happening behind your back, which is a horrible thing to have to go through and have to deal with. It truly is. But this card here says that you need to keep your mind open. You need to remain grounded. You need to remain in the now. In the now is the best place that anybody could intellectually, psychically, energize-wise be, is in the now. That's when you're most powerful, and that's when your powers of manifestation are forthcoming as well. The vibrations are like this. You don't even feel the shape going on, but the vibrations are going on, and everything's vibrating. Everything's like this melting pot of good vibrations. There's that whole song, Good Vibrations. An old song. You can Google that, Good Vibrations. It's a good song. But these vibrations and the openness and the remaining in the now, in the openness and being grounded in the vibrations are coming. You've got vibrations and energy, and they're trying to fit, and they're trying to find their place. Because when they do, they become solid. And once they become solid, manifestation starts to happen. The universe starts bringing you what it is, because especially feelings, when you could feel something so strongly, you feel your stomach burn, and you feel it spreading into your chest, and you know your vibrations are very, very strong. The universe responds very quickly to that. Snap, snap, snap. Be careful what you wish for. Remain in the now. Awareness is key. When you're in the now, you're aware. You're aware of, I don't care, some of you, I feel much to say you're buttering your bread. You're sliding the butter across, and then you're opening up a jar of peanut butter. You're scooping out some on the knife, and you're spreading that. Watch every movement. Be aware of the colors, and the textures, and the smells. That's being in the now. You've pushed everything else out, so you're grounded. It's a wonderful place to be, in here and in here. Just be careful what's moving your vibrations. Be very careful of that. Your fifth and last card, I'm sorry to say, and this is your message from Spirit, is the Three of Swords. It's about heartache. After coming through the card of affairs, I'm not surprised at all. Cancer, the key words for this card are heartbreak, sorrow, betrayal, loss, affairs of the heart. breakups and tears. The advice of the card is to feel the pain. See the truth of the matter that has brought all this upon you. All of this has happened for a reason. And I must tell you, too, that the nudge that I'm getting is you usually go through the darkest times before the sun starts to shine in your life. It's always darkest before the dawn, as some of them say, and some believe. And that's what's going on here. It's a very hard time for you. You're feeling betrayed. You're feeling used. For some of you, the relationship just got old. It wasn't even a point of being used for any particular reason. The other person didn't feel the joy that you once shared, and it got old for them. And they couldn't bring themselves to hurt you by breaking up and leaving you, so before leaving you, technically they left you. And they moved on with somebody else while they were still with you. Okay. Not a good situation at all to be in. This is the heartbreak card of the tarot. It does bring transient change, as I just said to you. And the card is also showing that you will process all of this and you will heal. The positive of this card is you will know exactly where you stand. And you'll see the truth of the matter. 3 usually signifies stress, symptoms from stress such as anxiety and fear. Anxiety and fear are things that we dread that are coming at us. How much worse is this going to get? How much more do I have to take? Some things haven't happened yet. The affairs of the heart. This is for some of you. This is a general reading. Please remember this is a general reading. This would only be a small handful of people, okay? So the rest of you don't put on this, your hat and the sleuth and the dark sunglasses and the collars up and go out sleuthing and investigating your mate. But on the other side of that, usually people, your intuition tells you, okay, when something doesn't smell right, it doesn't feel right, and all you need is the proof, and you keep pushing that back. What you do know, you're pushing it back because your instincts are telling you something. But yet, outwardly, everything seems to be perfect. But is it? You have to sit back and wait for that one to unfold and take part of your inner self to expect the worst, so when the worst happens, it won't seem that bad. And if it doesn't happen at all, then oh, how silly of you, right? That's what you'd be saying to yourself. I'm not really saying that to you. Okay, so the significator card that I pulled at the end, the overall aura, is Temperance. Okay, let me grab my book for Temperance. If I'm able to find it, Temperance. Come on now. Where are you? There we go. And it's upright. This card means moderation, compromise, harmony, and mixing separate elements into a whole. Moderation comes back to the addictions, the addiction to love and lust, cigarettes, tobacco, whatever. Everything in moderation. And everyday life is a compromise. And you can mix separate elements into a whole. For those of you that, let me look back here one more time. When you mix different elements as a whole, when it comes back to the, where was that, the traditions, the traditional beliefs, you can, I would say that is where spirit is guiding that. The differences in traditional beliefs, the coming together in the unity of different backgrounds and different upbringings. It's going to prove something interesting that you can mix the two. In today's world, it's more acceptable. Um, Everywhere you go, you're going to have people. You can't make everybody happy, but you can come together as a whole. Just because your backgrounds are different, if this is what you both really, 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 really want, um, you'll make it come together. The cards are telling you that. Spirit's telling you that. Mixing elements, from two different things to make one. And that's the unity in the joining. Um, and it's not an ugly thing, it's a beautiful thing, and it's not necessarily problematic unless you make it problematic. Well, Cancer, this is the last reading for me for the month of August. So I get to take maybe a break or two, a day or two off here from doing these back-to-back videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close up for now. I'm a Cancer as well, so some of that stuff, I don't know, with the nudges related to me, I'm certainly not having an affair. I know nobody in this house is having an affair. I'd be the last to know, I guess, if there was. Mixing of traditional beliefs, I don't even have that going on right now. But we all have our things that we have to deal with inside our heads. Even I have that. Remain in the now. There's the big nudge that I got, to remain in the now, and that way the universe can respond. It just clears the air out for the vibrations and the energies to come through to you, because some good things are going to happen for some of you. During the month of August, the reconnecting with friends, if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen. It's going to turn out to be quite a nice experience and a nice time as well. I look forward to that all the time. So I hope it happens for me as well. Anyway, Cancer, I'm going to say goodbye for now and shut everything down here so I can get this up and load it onto YouTube, and you guys can sit back and enjoy it. Make yourself a nice cup of tea and sit back and listen to your readings. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And please click the little red subscribe button down below this window. So come around mid-August. I'm going to do mid-August readings again, just like these, only for mid-August, at the end of the second or the end of the third week of August. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get that notification via your email, so you won't miss out on that. I got the feeling things are going to start getting stirred up for Cancer. It's just a nudge. This was a slow reading in my mind, even though there seemed to be a lot going on. For me personally, it was rather slow. I don't have any of this stuff going on in my life right now. Some of it resonated with me, but anyway, we're going to see, because I got a funny feeling things are going to pick up. I don't know if I even want to go there. It's too funny. But anyways, I want to wish you the best month of August. I'll see you halfway through somewhere. All the best of luck to all of my fabulous, wonderful, crazy crabs. Have a good one. We'll see you soon.